I look at these surroundings every day. Beautiful sky, sunny, sometimes cloudless like this. Trees, the landscape. It's such beauty that it just sometimes makes me forget everything. But then there are times when I can't forget. Every morning I wake up to find emails sent by people. We share emails about the events going on around the planet, about history, and even about the future. And those make me wonder what's going to happen to Africa. The rest of the world is moving towards sustainability, self-sustainability. African leaders are fighting wars by their neighbors. Anybody who tries to change and go lead their country in the right direction, away from the foolishness, they come under attack. Ghana, Nigeria, ECOWAS, fighting for France, buying weapons from France to kill their brothers. They're supporting the French economy, the German economy, the English economy, EU in general, buying their weapons to kill their brothers. Same thing Kagame in Rwanda, trying to control Congo, divide up the land in the name of the West, for the West. And you got Africans who are going to build Europe. Governments are sending the young men, the ones who are supposed to change the culture, stop the looting and the murder, destruction of the leaders, the current leaders. And then today, what's happening in America? America used to pay these corrupt people trillions of dollars every year. And now Trump comes in and stops it, and everybody's upset. But he's the one who has to do the job, otherwise, by 20, it started out to be extended period, starting in 2034, when things got really bad in America. But now, things are getting bad so rapidly that people expect it. 2027. And for the past 3 years, I've been telling you about the war ending in Ukraine. Not ending that no shots are fired, because they're going to continue to fight. Somebody somewhere is going to pay the Ukrainian leaders to sacrifice their own people, which is what's happening now. But I was always telling you they're going to come for Africa. because while they were fighting the war, the Chinese were building up Africa. And they can't afford to let Africa slip out of their hand. But in order to keep that from happening, also, they have to stabilize the American economy. It's in free fall. The money that they've been spending for the last 20 years to control the planet is all going to waste because they turn around and attack China and Russia. And now they, along with the nations joining BRICS, seeing what the Americans have done, they're saying, "Hope we could be next unless we are joined together to oppose the system." And this is exactly what they have done. And with this insult, starting with Biden, who were attacking China, China said, "You know what? We're going to unleash our scientists, our universities, our military. They're going to surpass you." And China is every leg of the stool that America and Europe is sitting on is being cut off one by China. 2 days ago, I saw this video about Air Force generals saying that all the former oppressed people, countries, are now creating their own weapons that challenge America. And when the Air Force worry about something publicly, it is almost too late. They're telling you, "Hey, we got a problem." They are trying to publicly shame the leadership to keep the Congress and all their buddies from stealing the money and invest it into military hardware. They're trying to publicly shame them. But America now is in a position where they can't afford $1 million missile when China is building one for 200,000. And people don't listen to Trump. Trump came out there and said, "Hey, let's cut back our military spending." Why did he say that? Because American military spending is 5 times what China spends. But China is producing better equipment, and the quality is improving year after year, while America's quality is declining and the cost is going up. So if he can get China to produce 2 missiles and America is producing 10, that's what he wants. You have to pay attention to what's going on. Medication that you in Africa are getting when Trump cut all the funds that's going to Africa. The UN is not going to get those funds. The slush fund money that used to come from CIA and all those other organizations cut back. So now people of Africa are going to starve. They don't produce the medicine that you, as an African American or person of African descent who's going back to Africa, your medication is in jeopardy. Your food is in jeopardy. What are you going to do? The last video I put out, I warned you. This is the judgment. The judgment is not about a man coming from the sky to get you. It is not. It definitely is not. you want to survive over the next 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, you're going to have to start producing your own food or live in a community where everybody's joined together to produce your own food. Produce your own medicine, especially in Caribbean, Asia, and China, and Africa. The medication is in the bush, in the trees all around you. You have to begin. Well, you don't have to. You can continue to watch what's happening in America and get upset. Watch what's happening in Europe and get upset. Watch the Europeans take African young men, that generation who was supposed to rebuild Africa, between 20 and 45 years old. Watch them come to Africa, make promises to give them jobs in Europe. So that they won't build Africa. This is not about getting an African a job in Europe as a slave. It's about keeping Africa from being developed by those same young men whose knowledge are going to increase as they find ways of building Africa. There are people in Africa now building cars. Never built a car before, just had the idea. They see an electric car and say, maybe I can build something like that. So they look for all the parts they can find throughout Africa. Garbage dumps everywhere. Build a car. Now they know how to build cars. Didn't know it 5, 10 years ago. Young people. Don't send those young people away from Africa. Keep them. The money that the leaders are spending, kick the leaders out, take the money, buy the materials. What's up, man? How you doing?
How are you?
I'm okay. Buy the materials. China will sell you the materials. You build the products you need. First to satisfy the local, and then throughout Africa. If you live in Gambia, you build something that's going to help farm, grow trees, or whatever the case might be. And then with that knowledge that you have, you go throughout Africa. You build something in each state. Pretty soon you got a business. But if you bring the business mentality from America, you want to build a resort. With all the money going out of America and Europe, who's going to come to your resort? Your judgment's here now. The warning period is finished. Peace.